They laughed when we came in peace. They called us the soft ones, the talkers, the sentimental primates, the Galactic Union, 1,000 worlds bound by treaties and power. Looked at Earth and saw a civilization too gentle for the stars. They mocked our diplomacy, our mercy, our endless drive to negotiate before we ever drew a weapon. But they forgot something. Mercy is not weakness. It's a choice, and when kindness fails, humans stop choosing. It started with the Cinder Massacre. The Cinder Republic, an outer rim world under human protection, was hit by an unknown fleet. Cities burned for 7 hours. By the time Earth received the distress call, 50 million civilians were dead. The perpetrators, the Virak Dominion, claimed it was a misunderstanding that the humans had failed to mark their protectorate space properly. The Galactic Council met. The Virak ambassador apologized, bowed, and smiled through sharpened teeth. The rest of the galaxy moved on, except us. Earth didn't issue a declaration of war. No speeches. No broadcasts. The president simply ordered one sentence to the Terran Defense Command. No mercy. No trace. 3 days later, every Virak communication hub went silent. The Dominion's war fleet scrambled, but found nothing. No transmissions, no retaliation, just silence. Then came the black clouds. Orbiting sensors recorded flashes near Virak Prime, silent. Invisible strikes that hit with surgical precision. The human expeditionary fleet, which the galaxy had mocked as symbolic, moved with ghost-like coordination. The first reports described the attacks as impossible. No light, no sound, no signatures. Ships vanished. Bases evaporated. The galaxy demanded answers, but the humans said nothing. No press conferences. No threats. Just the quiet disappearance of an empire. By the time the Council convened emergency talks, the Virak Dominion no longer existed. Where cities had once glowed across continents, there were craters filled with glass. Where fleets had once blocked trade routes, there were fields of drifting metal shards. And then Earth's representative finally spoke. Ambassador Rana Salas, calm, elegant, terrifyingly composed, stepped before the council podium. The galaxy mocked our kindness, she said softly. You mistook it for cowardice. You thought compassion was weakness. You were wrong. The chamber buzzed with outrage, threats, denials. She raised her hand, and the noise stopped. You called us sentimental. You laughed at our desire for peace. But what you never understood, she continued, is that humans don't forgive the destruction of children. We don't forget slaughter. And when we finally decide to strike, we don't stop. The hollow screens behind her flickered to life, showing the ruins of Virak Prime from orbit. No survivors. No communication. Just silence. A hush fell over the council chamber. Even the battle-born species, the ones who measured honor by blood and conquest, looked at the footage with unease. What do you want, human? One of the counselors hissed. Ambassador Salas looked at him, her expression unreadable. Nothing, she said. We already took what we came for. Balance. The galaxy realized that day what human restraint really meant. For decades, Earth had played the diplomat. Soft-spoken, kind, endlessly patient. We'd built the medical fleets that saved worlds from plagues. We'd sent aid ships to war zones, rescued refugees, and offered food to species that once hunted us. But when that same galaxy betrayed one of our protectorates, something ancient stirred beneath our skin, a memory older than stars, the part of us forged in extinction events and endless wars. The humans went silent, and the galaxy grew afraid of the silence. Over the next decade, Terran peace became a phrase whispered with reverence and fear. Entire sectors refused to provoke human space. Treaties were rewritten. Armies trained to avoid conflict with anything flying a Terran flag. The peacekeepers, our so-called humanitarian fleet, became the galaxy's most respected and feared military division. They were the same men and women who had once handed out food to refugees. Now they patrolled borders where even warlords refused to trespass. And yet, through it all, Earth never boasted. No statues, no parades. We rebuilt what was destroyed, restored what was broken, and offered aid even to those who once called us monsters, because that's the part the galaxy still couldn't understand. Our vengeance had never been about hate. It was about memory, about warning them that mercy has limits, that kindness is a privilege we give to those who deserve it. The Virac were the first to learn. The others simply took the lesson to heart. Years later, a new cadet asked Ambassador Solace during a peace symposium, "Why did humanity demand tribute or control after the war?" She smiled faintly. "Because we didn't strike to conquer," she said. "We struck to remind." The cadet frowned. "Remind who?" Solace turned her gaze to the stars beyond the glass dome. "Everyone," she whispered, "including ourselves." And with that, the legend of human kindness and wrath spread across the galaxy. Two sides of the same coin. Civilizations began teaching Terran history, not as a warning, but as a balanced lesson. They called it the doctrine of mercy and fire. Because in every negotiation, every alliance, every council debate, one truth now echoed across the stars. If you want peace, talk to the humans. If you want war, pray they never answer. Yendi,